My name's Tracy Warrick. This is my husband Gary. We go to the Justin Northlake campus. This is Rob Gould, and he is the father of our former foster kids. And they were placed in our home in February of 2020. In 2019, when shortly after we started coming to Fellowship of the Parks, we attended Stand Sunday, Orphan Sunday, and Gary and I both left, sat in the parking lot, and just cried. We just felt a huge tug at our heart that this is what God was calling us to do. So Gary immediately got on the church website and looked around, and we went to an information session at an agency near our home, and we ended up signing up with that agency, and we had started attending classes in January. We were licensed by February and got Robert and Chloe in towards the end of February.
So we were actively going to Fellowship of the Parks in Northlake and just getting the kids as involved as we could. Us both serving all services, the kids were there all day Sunday and grew to love it. I mean, when they say church is a family, it really is. And it took the whole church to help us through it, being new foster parents, getting us through it. And when they went back with Rob, it was a struggle for us. We've got emotionally attached to them, and man, just until I was able to turn it over to God and sit down and pray about it and truly just put my mind at ease, knowing that God's got his hand on the situation, praying for Rob as well, that he does good and that he's able to reach out if he needs help. Once I was able to pray about it and really do that and talk with Justin, things got a lot better for me. And it wasn't just a couple weeks after they left our house that Rob did reach out to us and have a conversation, let us know how things were going, and kind of just reach out that olive branch that we so desperately needed.
And we scheduled a time for them to go out to Tracy and Gary's because, you know, I know the kids needed it, you know, because it is a big adjustment, and they love Tracy and Gary. And one thing that even to this day, is I said, look, I'm never going to get in the way of your relationship with Tracy and Gary as long as it's a healthy relationship. So that weekend that I let them go stay with Tracy and Gary, like, hey, do you want to go to church with us? And I said, sure. I walk into the church, and Pastor Justin's kind of in the middle, and he sees me, and he pulls me, like one of the first people to pull me aside, gives me a big, huge hug, and he says, brother, the whole church has been praying for you. And I almost lost it then, because, I mean, I don't know this guy. I don't know this guy at all. We went to lunch afterwards, and Tracy and Gary pulled me aside before we go in the restaurant and say, you know what, we are 100% Team Rob the whole way. The relief that you get from that, and knowing that we are not alone. Like, you know, we're not alone. I mean, I am forever indebted to Tracy and Gary Warrick, forever. But at the same time, I don't think there's a debt that's going to be collected. It's just we are now family. Like,
that's it, brother.
You know, these guys are family.
Fostering's not easy. It's a roller coaster of emotions, because there's times when you're going back and forth on what's going to be the next step, and it's not for the faint of heart. But even if you have them in your home for 2 weeks, 2 nights, or 2 years, I mean, you have the chance to make a difference.
We happened to go to church at the right time, hear the right message, and it stuck with us. I'll forever remember that Sunday and how it changed our lives, and how hopefully we can use that to continue to change other people's lives.